Hey, it's Allegra, and I'm here talking with Elias at the Man Cave Chronicles, and I'm so excited to talk about Upload Season 2.
Allegra, thank you for returning to the cave. Talk
Thank
some
you for
upload
having
season
me.
two.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why does it feel like it's been forever since season one ended?
Because it
Right?
has been, because it really has been. It's been 2 years almost to the month. Um, and I also think it feels like forever because back when season one premiered, the entire globe was locked inside and had just run out of Tiger King to watch. And so I think most people burned through it in the same weekend collectively, universally, quite literally. So
Right.
I think that really makes it feel like it's been forever.
Yeah. Now, for the viewers and listeners that are tuning to this interview, they can see you as Ingrid on upload two. How do you feel about the upcoming season coming up?
I'm so excited about it. I remember reading some of the episode scripts and thinking, "Oh man, this is funnier. This is bigger. This is
Yeah.
a little bit riskier." Like every category that I think Upload hit well in season 1, you can feel the confidence and a little bit more of the you know, I don't know. Yeah, the edge. There's just more edge.
the I was given the opportunity to watch the screeners because a couple of weeks ago I did the press junket also. This is like another fun ride. It takes off right away, the way it was left off and everything. Like, what do you expect from this season? Like for working on the show, and like, what do you think fans are gonna feel when they start watching this?
Well, my hope is that fans are satisfied that we pick up right where we left off. I think that was the big question on everybody's minds is how's he going to get out of there and what's she doing there and are Nora and Nathan going to end up together? So I do think that there is going to be that like satisfaction and relief and then some answers to questions that people were left with the end of season 1. But then
Yeah.
almost immediately new questions and new problems. Obviously,
Uh,
we have to have those.
when I had you on for the season one interview, we didn't talk about the ending for season one. Tell us about when you read that script that you were gonna upload yourself kind of. Well,
Yeah.
what was your reaction to that?
Gosh, I think my reaction was similar to everybody's, which is, oh gosh, what's wrong with her? Like, but that was very short-lived because as we know, you can't judge the character you're playing. So if the first reaction is what's wrong with her, it actually has to turn into a genuine question, which is
Mm.
what is going on with her? Why would she do this if she really did it, um and so that left me with, gosh, the what does it take for a person to put themselves in that position?
Mm.
And no matter how you slice it, if she really did, that's a bold move. If she didn't do it but is faking it, that's a bold move. Like no matter where you go, she's got some desperation that is on another level than the average person.
We noticed, we see you in season two that you're also wearing that. What do you call that? What kind of outfit is that you're putting on when you're wearing in the bathtub to upload?
Yeah. So once folks have seen it, yeah, there's a lot of hug suit. We still call it the hug suit. Some people call it the sex suit. I call it the scuba suit because that's what it literally is a scuba suit. It's a wetsuit. And yeah, it's just as hot and sweaty as it looks.
How long does it take you to put it on to get ready for those scenes?
It takes a while because, well, usually what's nice is I don't have to spend much time in hair and makeup, so I can come a
Mm.
little bit later on those days, which is a real plus for Ingrid. Those are
Yeah.
rare days for me. But the downside is I actually have a layer underneath that's a unitard that then has foam padding
Okay.
that's adhered to it. So people have to help me into that suit because it's quite tight. And then on top of it, I've got two people pulling up this giant scuba suit over the foam and then zipping me in. And then someone has to put on my skull cap and my gloves. And then I need help putting on my VR goggles. So
Mm.
I can't see, I can't hear, and I can't take things off by myself because I've got gloves and booties on. I'm quite
Uh,
helpless in the bathtub.
what was the longest you spent on that suit, you think?
Oh gosh. Probably a half day. I mean, when they get me into the suit, they like to
Mm,
knock out a few blocks at a time. So I
okay.
might do 3 episodes worth of suit back to back. Um, and you know, they also are very kind and gracious to me and don't want me to be in there longer than I have to be. So I
Right.
never had to spend like an entire day in the suit, and I
Like,
never wear it to lunch.
yeah. So like, what do you think of the character when you first read the script? And like, she didn't tell Nathan the truth that the way you're uploading yourself, you're like, you're not dead, so you're like kind of faking it in there. Like, when you read that, what was like your reaction? Like,
Yeah, well, my reaction was, gosh, what's it going to be like when he finds out? Is she
mm,
going to be the one to tell him, or is he going to find out some other way? Is somebody else going to find out first? And those are all really yummy, delicious questions. And I'm sure that the writers' room had a hell of a time figuring out how they wanted to solve that.
yeah,
But then my next reaction was, what fun! Like, she gets to do a ruse. I got to do a big ruse, and that meant juggling a lot at the same time, and disappearing and reappearing and ordering pizza, and
right, right.
having somebody babysit my avatar for a day. So I saw it as being a total gift, and just every day something really wild to look forward to. I thought it was fun.
Yeah. Would you put Ingrid in like would you say she's a villain of sorts?
No, I can't. I
Like,
can't put
where
her
where do you
there.
put her? Where do you put her?
Oh gosh. I put her in the category of um I would say she's a bit tortured, and I'd say she's a little stunted. And she means well. And I really do genuinely believe that. I do think that she means well, and I think she's ill-equipped. So what that means is, I think for this season, and then hopefully if we get more seasons, there's so much room for growth for anybody in our lives that is clearly ill-equipped. There should be hope that they could grow and that they could change. And I think she can. And I think we'll see that she's capable of that.
Yeah. How would you describe like the relationship between your character, and Nathan now after like season one? Like, you saw in season one, Nora was flirting with Robbie Mill's character. They're pretty much falling in love with each other. And now there's more tension there's a little tension actually between you and Robbie Mill's character in
Yeah,
season
for
two.
sure. So I think what's really amazing to see, and that the writers just knocked out of the park, is that Ingrid clearly had an idea that she had the solution to the problem,
Mm,
right? She thought, oh, if I can close the physical distance between us, if we can just be in the same room together all the time, if we could share the same bed, everything will be fine. Like, we're meant to be, and this will be our eternity forever and ever, amen. And so once that's solved, but isn't solved, I think she has to grapple with that and realize, wait a minute, this has nothing to do with how physically close I feel to him. There's something else that's separating us. And again, she relies on tools that may not be very good ones to keep him closer, like a digital baby, for example. Like, well, if
right.
he's a dad, then I got him. But these are just band-aids, and there's a root issue, which is that he's changed a lot, and she's not changing at the same rate that he is. So I think she eventually realizes that he's grown and that he's evolved, but she can't catch up.
Yeah. And we noticed throughout season two, you're like, in the beginning few episodes, like, you're still, while Robbie Amell's character doesn't know, you're still mean, but at the same time, you're crazy for Nathan.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm yes, Ingrid is still mean. And I think she still views Lakeview as something that she's paying for. This is a service. And
Mm,
that so she's owed certain rights and a standard of service.
yeah.
And that the people that she's interacting with are mostly digital and not really human anyway. That being said, she's still not very kind to human people. um, but yeah, so she's definitely still but again, I think that the mean streaks come out when she's pushing and she's
Yeah.
holding on and grasping and getting desperate. I'd be curious to see what would happen if she actually felt more at peace with herself, if she'd be
Mm.
as mean.
One of my favorite scenes is the dinner party.
Yes.
Ingrid goes crazy about it. Everything at the 20 AI guys running around.
So
Tell us a
good.
little bit about that.
Oh gosh, that was such fun to film because we were all in the same room. And by all, I mean Andy and Zainab and Kevin and Robbie and Owen. And that was such a treat because when does that happen?
Mm,
And though that being said, Andy wasn't really Nora, and
yeah.
that was really crazy too, to watch her be somebody else. Um, and then, what was so fun about that scene was that the detail that I don't even know if audiences get to experience. Like David Choke, for example, is sitting next to me, and on his plate was a turtle. He was eating a turtle, not a real one, obviously, but that detail of like what the different people would choose to eat. Luke is having chicken nuggets and French fries,
Yeah,
and
that's
Ingrid is
right.
having a little bit of salmon with some green beans. Like the level of detail that they went in for everybody. They could just give everybody the same food, but they
Yeah,
didn't.
yeah.
That was so satisfying. And then obviously watching Owen Daniels try to be a cater waiter from 7 different angles with no catering experience was hysterical.
Uh,
It's a
I
challenging scene.
yeah. I love when you butt heads with Kevin's character because
I
he's
love it
picked
too.
because the character is dating your grandmother and she's in black
Oh,
and white also, Mildred.
yeah. Uh, it's just all kinds of twisty. And Kevin is a gem. I mean,
Yeah.
he's so sharp and he's so quick and he knows Luke inside and out. Often I hear Robbie call him Luke on accident all the time, or vice versa, because it just is so easy and so natural for him. And I'd be really excited to see more of that dynamic if we get a season 3. I'd love to see Ingrid have to deal with Luke even more than she already does.
If there is a season 3, is there somebody that you kind of hope you could have more scenes with that you haven't worked with?
Yeah, so Kevin's up there. Kevin's on the list for sure, but
Okay.
also Zainab. Her Alicia is really evolve. You see Alicia evolve a lot
Mhm.
this season, and we see her come into her own and understand what it means to work hard and then get rewarded for it.
Yeah.
And she's arrived at this place where she understands some of the benefits of making more money. And I'd be curious to see how she and Ingrid maybe have some things in common regarding status. Like
Yeah.
I'm curious about that. And then I just love her as a human being, and I feel like I haven't gotten nearly as much time with her as some of the other folks that I've gotten to work with.
I mentioned earlier that I was given access to this before it's released. I was only given 7 episodes. Is it only 7 this season or is there more?
Yeah, you've seen
Okay.
it. That's
All
Did you
right.
watch all 7?
No, I'm not done with it. I watched up to
Okay,
5, so that's why I wanted to.
5. Okay, yeah, 7 is it. So it is a shorter season, and that COVID definitely played a part in that.
Yeah.
We were only able to film 7 episodes in the same amount of time that we would have filmed 10. And also it's just better because of it. I think we tell the right amount of story in 7 episodes. We all feel really confident and excited about our season finale for season 2, and trying to push it beyond that felt well, just like that, it felt like pushing. So I like where it ends. And that being said,
Yeah.
you're going to burn through it in 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah,
really
definitely. And I
fast.
don't. And what's great is, I had Greg Daniels on for the press junket, and we kind of spoke of how he's in the process of writing season 3, and he's hoping season 3 gets picked up. And he says he's got some great ideas happening in those scripts.
I don't doubt it. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's that he is a wellspring of really great, out of this world ideas.
Yeah,
And we just get to enjoy it every time the scripts are in our inbox.
that's good. Now, what's next for you? I know congratulations, you're a mother to be soon.
Yes,
But what's next for you? Are
yeah.
you still going to work between that? Or are you just relaxing? What's the
Yeah,
plan?
I've been auditioning. I think just based on how it's timing out,
Okay.
I'm the bigger I get, the less likely. I don't know. We'll see. It depends. Like there are certain things that where being pregnant wouldn't necessarily prohibit me from
Yeah.
participating, but the odds are it's probably going to be kind of quiet between now and when the baby arrives in July. But that is enough to keep me busy.
Say, that's awesome.
I'm fine. I've got a lot of reading to do,
There
and
you go.
videos to watch through my hands like this.
Allegra, lastly, how can the listeners and viewers find you on social media?
Yeah, so I'm on Instagram and I'm on Twitter, and I just joined TikTok, and you should be able to find me just by searching Allegra Edwards. I should pop up. Yeah, I'm on all those.
Allegra, this was great. Thank you for coming on, talk about season 2, and hopefully we get a season 3.
I know, fingers crossed. Tell everybody you know. Thank you so much for having me.